Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of The More You Nole, a podcast about Florida State University. I'm your host, Mike, Director of Social Media for Florida State's Office of Admissions. Thanks for downloading this week's episode. If you haven't subscribed to the show yet, you can find The More You Nole on Spotify, Apple or Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you can download podcasts. You can also find prior episodes of the show on our YouTube channel, as well as on our website, admissions.fsu.edu/podcast. I'm really excited because on this week's episode, we have our first ever student guest. Peyton Jara is a current senior at Florida State in the Interior Architecture and Design program. She's also a member of the College of Fine Arts Leadership Council, where she currently serves as secretary. On this episode, we'll discuss why she decided to attend Florida State, some details about her major in the College of Fine Arts in general, and we'll also go over some ways to experience the arts on campus and around town. We hope you enjoy the interview. I'm here with current Florida State senior Peyton Jara. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I am a fourth year in the Interior Architecture and Design program at FSU. I currently live in Delray Beach, Florida, so that's southeast if you're familiar with the state. And I am just so excited to share a little bit about the College of Fine Arts. I'm currently a member of the College of Fine Arts Leadership Council, and we represent all 6 of the departments in the college.
Great. I guess pop quiz, can you name all 6 departments real quick?
Well, I have a list in front of me, so I guess it's not really a quiz. But so we have art education, art therapy, art history, dance, interior architecture and design, and theater.
Awesome. Okay, so I actually want to start a little bit back in time, like about 4 years ago. I want to know, why did you decide to attend Florida State?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's probably one of my favorites because my dad went to Florida State. So I'm kind of a legacy, and I have always just grown up being a Seminole, watching FSU football all of my life. But when I was looking at schools and really deciding for my own where I wanted to go, I knew I wanted to do interior architecture and design. And our program at Florida State is ranked currently right now number 5 nationally. And that was such a selling point for me.
Awesome. So I guess, so you're a legacy, so you probably know, or you probably knew a little bit about Florida State going in, but was there something about the school once you got here that really surprised you, was kind of unexpected?
Yeah. So one of my favorite things about FSU is that it's a huge campus, but you immediately, when you step on campus, you have a small school feel. The family feeling of FSU is right in the center, even at Landis, in WJB, my own building, wherever it is, it doesn't feel like you're on this wide campus with so many buildings like it is, you know?
Yeah. And then you're real lucky you get to do all your studies in the William Johnston building. That place is absolutely gorgeous since they renovated it. It's just, it's incredible now.
It is. It is.
All right. So let's get into your studies first. Can you tell us a little bit about the interior design program?
Yeah. So the interior design at Florida State is a 4-year course. And so you start with first year review. And so you take 3 different courses, and that's just an introduction to the major. And so based on those 3 classes, you either love it or you hate it, I guess I would say, because it's super small and tight-knit community. And then from there, once you get accepted, you go on to your next 3 years. And so they have amazing faculty and staff. And since it's so small, you really get to bond with your cohort. You get to meet with your classmates every day in the same classrooms, which I love. And you get to form such a close relationship with your professors and the faculty, and they know you on a first name basis. So I'm biased, but I think it's one of the best majors at FSU.
That's great. What's the most interesting class you've taken through that program so far?
So probably furniture design. So that's in the Carnegie Arts Building. So it's not close to campus. It's probably about 10 minutes away. And we built furniture, actually, small scale, and we sanded it and everything. So it was such a cool experience because in interior design, you need to know how to relay that to actual furniture designers in the field. And so it was such a great learning experience to get down and dirty to build this furniture.
So I know a lot of students find out Florida State doesn't have a strict like classical architecture program, but what they're often surprised to hear is that the interior design program is also, it's an interior design and architecture. That's the name of the program. And I think a lot of people don't realize that the two are a lot more related than you might think. Just looking from the outside, you might think of like HGTV. So can you go into a little bit of how interior design incorporates architecture education as well?
Yes, so I love this because I think the program does such a great job of making the two into one, I guess you could say. And so all of our classes are surround architecture and design. There's not one or the other, I guess, in our eyes, because we take construction documents classes where they're actually doing what architects do on a daily basis and floor plans. And so we learn a lot of the same techniques because our faculty and staff want us to be prepared going into the real world. And so I think that looking from the outside and in, it's so easy to think, oh my gosh, you're just picking paint and you're picking fabric, but it's so much more than that. We always put safety as our number one because we are building for people or designing for people. And so that is always our number one concern is fire safety and furniture safety, whatever that looks like.
That's really great. I think I was doing some research before. I think you did an internship. How was that experience?
Yes. So I have interned at a design firm down in Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm actually interning there this summer as well. It is the best experience. I'm lucky because my major requires it during the summers to take an internship course. And so it is just such a blessing, honestly, because I can relate exactly what I'm learning in my studies and relay it and represent FSU to these design firms, which I think is so cool and such a great experience. So if you're listening and you haven't taken an internship, I encourage you to start early. There's never a better time than now, truly.
Great. And I know you're getting kind of close to graduation. So what are your plans? What do you expect to do after that?
Yeah, so I have a passion for residential design and a little bit of commercial design as far as boutique hotels, maybe some country club design. So I want to work at probably a smaller residential firm, maybe the South Florida area where I'm from, just because I love that style and just enjoying having a closer relationship to clients and building their dream home.
I know you're also a member of the College of Fine Arts Leadership Council. Can you tell us about how you got involved with that and what it's like?
Yeah, so our past chair, Dr. Lisa Waxman, she is such an amazing person, and she introduced us to the Leadership Council our first year of getting into the design program. And it was something that wasn't really on my radar to begin with, but I took some advice and from my fellow classmates, and they just said, go for it, apply. I really didn't have anything to lose, and I love to be a leader. I love to get involved and just strive to help students. And so I applied and they accepted me on the council. And it has been such a great experience because I have really stepped into a new leadership role and have been a voice for so many students in the College of Fine Arts. We do so many amazing things that I did not even know the Leadership Council did or the College of Fine Arts did. So it's great to learn. And if you're listening to and you're and wondering if you should take that next position or apply to this internship or take a class, do it because you never know what you're going to get out of it.
So what are some of the things you have gotten out of it?
Yeah. So one of my favorite things, this is probably unexpected. Every November, we do a food drive for the FSU food pantry, which I think is so cool and a lot of people don't know about. And so I have gotten so much out of that, educating my classmates, going to the different buildings and dropping off some food for the food bins and picking them up. It has been so cool to learn about that. And also we produced the Six magazine, Six standing for the 6 different departments in the college. And through that, students can submit different works that they do. It doesn't have to be exactly a class-directed project. It can be their own project. And so it has been so cool seeing everybody be creative and be show their talents and get involved in the Six magazine. So it's really a awesome magazine and you should pick up a copy if you haven't.
Great. I know events are kind of like on hiatus right now, but when we can get back to doing events, are there any events that the council puts on that we can look forward to?
Oh, yes. We put on the Arts Work, which is such a cool event, not even for the College of Fine Arts, but any student. And so, what it is professionals from the area in the arts. So, my program, interior architecture and design, theater, art history, all the majors, they come together for a night and we just network. We have fun. You could apply for an internship, you can apply for a job, whatever that looks like for you, or you can just simply ask questions. If you're listening to this and you're wondering if you should apply to a specific department or take that class, this could be a great opportunity for you to get involved and to get your questions answered, really.
Great. So I want to kind of go a little broader now and talk about just the arts at the university in general, maybe not just within the College of Fine Arts. What should students know about the arts at Florida State?
Yeah, so FSU has been long known for a theater program. I'm going to give you some fun facts. So probably the most well-known name for the program is the late Burt Reynolds, because he was both a legend on screen and on the football field. And most recently, alumni have been on some of our favorite shows. So if you have been binge watching like most of us, you've probably seen Andre Holland stars in the new Netflix series, The Eddie. And Megan Boone helped The Blacklist as Elizabeth Keene and Frankie Alvarez as Augustine in HBO's The Looking. But FSU is also known for a music theater program, usually appearing on the most alumni on Broadway list put out by Playbill annually. Bet you didn't know that. And FSU has a top 3 dance program. We have one of the best university facilities dedicated to dance in the country in Montgomery Hall, and 7 Bestie Awards, which are the Oscars of dance. So those are pretty cool facts, but we don't stop there. So our studio art program is #1 in the state of Florida. My own program is ranked #5 nationally.
It's really firing on all cylinders on the arts. How can students get involved? Obviously you can like major in an arts major, but are there ways to get involved in the arts outside of like kind of making that your educational focus?
Yes. So the Museum of Fine Arts hosts exhibits throughout the year. So historical, contemporary, local, national, and international art. And the biggest selling point, I would say, is that it's free. And it's located in the Fine Arts building next to one of the main parking lot garages on campus. So it's incredibly convenient. And they have amazing exhibits. I just love to walk through there and just see the different exhibit. Even if I'm not really educated on it, it's a great opportunity to learn more about the arts and to just have fun, really. And also one of my favorites is the WJB Gallery, because it's in my department's building. And so if you take a walking tour through FSU, you have probably passed by it. And they show typically classes will put together their works from that semester and display it. Last year, my own furniture design class had our Bauhaus 100th anniversary celebration displayed. So it was panels that recreated, and it was cool because we had got the opportunity to share a little bit about our design passions and celebrate that anniversary with all the students at FSU.
So obviously there's a lot of ways to get involved. You can kind of showcase your work, or you can just go and check out other students' work. Are there any art classes that non-majors can take?
Yes. So the Oglesby Union Arts Center offers classes in ceramics and painting, drawing, glass fusing, stained glass, which is cool, and jewelry. And so they also have a paint-a-pot, which is no registration, instruction provided, and you can come in anytime and paint. And so if you don't want to sign up for a class, or you don't want to actually be in the arts, this is a great opportunity to still get involved and to still pursue your art passion if you have one.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the Arts Center functions are kind of restricted because not because of the pandemic, but because we tore down our student union and we're in the middle of building a brand new one. But I know for students who are coming to campus this fall, Paint-A-Pot is currently located in the Askew Student Life Center, so you can do that there. And I think some of those other more advanced classes and features are going to be coming back when our new union opens up next year.
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really incredibly. I'm a union kid myself. I spent time working at the Student Life Center and the Student Life Cinema, so I'm really excited for the new union. All right, so we've talked a lot about ways students can get involved in the arts on campus. Now I want to shift a little bit off campus to the community, and I want to talk about our local arts scene. And I think we should start with First Friday, the big, huge monthly art event that goes on in town. I'm sure you've been, but can you kind of enlighten our audience as to what First Friday is and how they can get involved?
Yeah, so the First Friday is such a great event. There's food trucks, there's the shops stay open later, and it's such a great community event and to get involved. And you can always bring some friends and get them more involved in the arts too.
Yeah, and for anyone looking for more, First Friday is it's like we said, it's the first Friday of every month. It's right around the corner from campus at Railroad Square, kind of like almost halfway in between Florida State and FAMU, right where they meet on Railroad Avenue, and it's a great time. All right, and then for all of our students who are coming to campus this fall, do you know of any good, cheap, or free entertainment options that are around town?
So one of my favorite things to do is see free performances on campus, because if it's free, it's for me, like I'd like to say, since I'm a college student. And so the College of Music hosts more than 100 performances in the fall and spring semesters. And this is not at the same location, it's at various locations. And so it is such a great opportunity because, again, like I said, 100 of performances, there's always something for everybody. And there's the Student Theater Association organizes productions at the Conrad Studio Theater throughout the year. MFA dance thesis concerts are pieces choreographed by graduate students in the program, usually in Montgomery Hall. But last year, one thesis concert was held in a church in Thomasville and another in a choreographer's home. So you want to pay attention to the location. And a fun fact, FSU's main campus has 10 traditional stages alone. So there is so much opportunity.
All right, so now I've got some just kind of general questions. I ask, I call this the lightning round. I ask these to all my guests. What's your favorite thing about Florida State?
Oh, this is a tough one because I love everything about Florida State, but probably the tradition and the architecture and the beauty, because being an architecture and design major, I cannot say that. But also, like I said, it's a huge school with a small campus feel. It's such an amazing atmosphere as soon as you step on campus, as soon as you are laying on Landis Green or visiting the fountains, whatever that looks like. It's really home and it has that feeling. And I just love that about FSU.
Cool. So when you need to get some lunch, what's your favorite place to go to for some local food?
Ooh, so I'm a foodie, so probably Canopy Road for breakfast. I'm going to have to give you 3. Couche's, so good. They have the best chicken fingers. So if you're a chicken finger snob like me, you have to go there. And then if you're coming with your parents for move-in or whatever occasion for a football game, go to Table 23.
Those are all really good choices. That's nice. Okay, so obviously a lot of us are stuck at home. What have you been binging while you're stuck at home?
Ooh, so I'm not really a Netflix person. I don't binge a lot of shows, but what I have been really into, this is going to sound like, oh, you're that girl, but I have been into so many different workout programs. I've recently done the Peloton app because they've had like a 90-day free trial. And I've been trying to do just a variety of workout classes. I know you're looking at me like, wow, great. I've been watching Netflix. But seriously, that is what I have been passionate about, and trying yoga and meditating because we all need some relaxation.
That's great. And then this is the last question I ask for everyone. If you could only give our incoming freshmen one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say to embrace your experience. It's easy to come into FSU as a new student and think, I should be taking this class. I should be getting involved in this club. Even if that's not your passion, I say embrace your experience, get involved, do things that you enjoy, because you're going to find great friends through there and you're going to find your position at FSU.
Awesome. Well, Peyton Jara, thanks so much for talking to us today, and go Noles.
Yes, go Noles always.
Thanks again to Peyton Jara for her time, and also to Jessica Comas and the College of Fine Arts for helping to arrange the interview. If you'd like to learn more about the College of Fine Arts, check out cfa.fsu.edu. And you can also follow them on social media. They're at CFAFSU on Twitter and at FSUCFA on Instagram and Facebook. If you've been enjoying The More You Know, we'd really appreciate you taking a moment to rate and review or recommend the show on iTunes or in your podcast app of choice. Word of mouth is also a huge help for us, so please share the show with any of your friends or family members who might enjoy it. Our next episode is going to focus on FSU's Innovation Hub. If you have any questions on the topic and you'd like them asked on the show, please send them to us on social media. We are at FSU Admissions on Twitter and Facebook, and at FSU.admissions on Instagram. You can also email questions or feedback about the show to admissions@fsu.edu, including the word podcast in the subject line. As always, our theme music is the world-renowned Florida State University Marching Chiefs, recordings courtesy of Mark Records, Clarence, New York, markcustom.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, or in your podcast app of choice. Thanks again for listening, and go Noles!